Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Pitmaster JW, the competition barbecue team, JW Barbecue and Wing. And what I want to do today is show you how to grill some grill winglets. Okay, what I have here is 10 of them, and I'm using my 10-inch Kamado grill. And I'm going to get started on that. What I did first of all, let me flip this camera down some. Okay, so what I did first of all, I went here and I coated my winglets with some mustard, to use it as a binder. And the only two rubs that I want to use is this pig pen rub here that I got from North Carolina recently, and I'm going to use some Cosmo honey killer bee. So let me get started on that to get them seasoning all up. The first layer I'm going to put up here, I'm going to put my pig pen, just real light. You don't need a lot of this because it has some kick to it, and the sodium content is a little high there, so you don't need to put a little bit. Then I'm going to go use some of my Cosmo honey killer bee. And I got my wings flipped over on the back side. Start from the back side first, season them, and then I'm going to flip them over to the top. Okay, now I got on gloves. I'm going to flip them over. Because dealing with chicken, you want to be safe as possibly as you can. I'm going to flip all these over. And I got my grill here, it's about 375. I'm going to bag that down, close the vent just a little bit. Bag that down to about 300. And this should take about 50 minutes to an hour because they're just winglets, so it doesn't take that long to really grill them. So let me go ahead and season the top side with this pig pens, and get the guy rubbed right. Put a little bit on each side here on the top and on the bottom side. And then I'm going to come back with some of Cosmos once again. Honey killer bee. Season that up there. Okay. Now I got my grill cranking down just a little bit. I'm using this little 10-inch Kamado today to cook. I'm going to swing this camera around just a little bit here. Now I'm going to go in here and let you get a look inside the grill. I'm going to open it up for you. There it is, steaming up. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put my wings on. I always put my chicken wings, our chicken, upside down first so I can get my grill marks on the top. You hear that sizzling? So it won't take no time to get my grill marks. I got my timer right here. I'm going to start as soon as I get all my chicken on. And then you just come along and ride with me until it's over with. Once again, like I say, I'm JW of the competition barbecue team, JW Barbecue and Wing. And I am outside in the rain cooking some chicken winglets, grilling some chicken winglets here. So now I got them all on. As you can look up there and see. I'm going to take my gloves off real quick here so I can adjust the camera for you. Now you can look inside. I got her inside. Now I'm going to start the timer. Okay, now the timer started. For a moment I thought it wasn't going to start. And I got some butter also. I'm using some butter to spray them up when they're almost done so I can get the wings, the crust real crispy and stuff. I'm going to put that back down, then I'm going to close the top and let it go to work. Okay guys, I'm back. I went inside for a little while here. The wings have been on now approximately 18 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look inside. About time to probably turn them over. So let me flip these over real quick. First of all, let me spray them a little bit with a little butter here. Like I say, I'm using the butter to crispen up the skin. And flip them over. And looking good, looking good. Ooh, that one, I might need to rotate that one just a little bit. Might be too much heat right there. And yes, that side is looking good also. Like I said, I'm Pitmaster JW, the competition barbecue team. And I am using my little 10-inch Kamado grill here, and the heat is really hot on that side. You can see how it then scarred that one there, so I'm going to move that one off the heat on that side because it appears to be a lot of heat over there. I'm going to take this large one right there, that drumlet, and put it on the heat side where it's the most heat, and move the flats over to the side where it's not as hot. And then I'm going to close this up and let them go for another 15 minutes. I'm going to check them again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spray this with some butter while I got it open. And once again, the only two rubs that I am using to do this grilling is I have some pig pins right here that I picked up from North Carolina a couple of weeks ago. Real nice rub. I like that. It has a nice flavor to it. A little spicy. And maybe you want to control it because the salt content is a little heavy. So you might want to be light on it, but it has a real nice taste to it when it's all said and done. So I'm going to go ahead and close the lid here. They've been on now approximately 20 minutes. I'm going to let them go ahead on and grill some more. Check on them in about maybe 10-12 minutes. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Gonna take a look inside the Kamado here and check on the wings, see how they doing. They've been on now exactly 32 minutes, and I said it would take about 50 minutes for these to cook. Cooking at about 275, 300 degrees. It's been locked in on 300 since I put them on, so I can cut a few minutes off that look like. I'm going to go in here and probe one or two of them. What I'm looking for an internal temp of 180. I know they say 165 is good, but if you're grilling on a grill, I recommend that you push it out to 180 to make sure that the chicken is cooked all the way through. Now if you're doing chicken thighs, 165 might work. And I'm looking at this one right now. We're looking at about 182. So let me check another one. That one there. Whew, can't believe that one went up to 190. I had to probe that one again. It might have touched the bone, went too deep in it. So it's saying 172, 182. So I'm looking for 190 like I said. And just touch a couple more, 182 there. So these should be coming off roughly in about 10 minutes, I would say. So I'm going to go ahead and close the top down. And like I say, I'm Pitmaster JW outside cooking some winglets on my 10-inch Kamado grill. I'm going to go back to how this all started with the 10 winglets, of course. And the first thing that I did is that I took them and I coated them in some mustard to use as a binder. Then I went and used some of my pig pen barbecue rub here. You can probably look it up on the internet and find out where to get it from. The company is out of North Carolina. And I also used some of Cosmo Honey Killer Bee Rub to give it a little sweetness. So I'm going to go ahead and let these cook for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to come back and pull them off. And no, I am not going to sauce them. These are going to be dry rub wings. And I got one right here that we started out earlier, that the fire, the chacos, you can tell the hottest part of the grill was right there. So that's going to be a loss there. I'm not even going to bother with that one. I'm going to leave it on and just dispose of it when everything else is done. I'll leave it on the grill and just let it go ahead on and continue to cook out. I'm going to come back and check these in about 10 minutes, and they should be ready to pull. Okay guys, time to take that final look. I'm going to look inside now and see how my winglets are doing on this Kamado grill. I'm going to get a quick temp check. I'm looking for about 180 to 190. I'm going to go ahead on and pull them. So, I got a 200 there. So I really need to pull that one. Got a 192, 195. So it's about time to take these off. There's a 192 there. So I'm going to go ahead on and pull these. Let's check one more. 190, 191. Okay, so it's time to go ahead on and pull these off. Like I say, I have been out here cooking winglets. It was raining when I first started this. I started out by coating these with mustard, and then I used the 2 rubs that I mentioned earlier. Then I put them on the grill. I set the Kamado at 300 and locked it in. And I've been cooking ever since then at about 290, 300. And they've been on now for exactly 43 minutes, and I am going to pull them off because it's time for them to come off. Okay, look at there. Look at there. Now that's a nice grilled crispy wing. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this pan here. So I'm going to stop the cooking. And they do look good if I say so myself. Would you guys like one? Would you like one? Okay. Like I said, I'm Pitmaster JW Competition Barbecue Team, JW Barbecue in the Wing. And if you guys like what you're seeing so far, then just hit that like button and also that subscribe button if you haven't already. And you can follow me every time I decide to upload something. You'll know that JW just uploaded a new video, and it might be something you might want to look at and try out. I'm going to go ahead and pull these wings off because they are hot now. And I'm not going to burn my tongue up trying to give you a sample of how they taste. But I can tell you right now, they are good if you just follow my instruction and do like I do. And I am using some Blue Hogs Chacos. If you want to know who I'm using Blue Hog Chacos. Okay, and they burn and last a long time and a nice clean burn. Big shout out to Blues Hog. Hook me up with some of them Chacos. Okay, I'm going to set this rack to the side over here. Bam, because it is hot. And here's that one bad boy that's going to be out here by itself because he's not going to end up with the rest of the guys. But once again, like I say, I'm Pitmaster JW. I'd like to thank you guys for hanging in here. And hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Until then, you guys have a nice one.